In today's video, I'm going to give you 6 tips to improve your listening skills. Let's jump right in. My name is Alastair McTavish. I'm an internationally certified soft skills trainer. I've delivered training to thousands of people in more than a dozen countries around the world. This channel aims to help you to take your soft skills, communication skills, and leadership skills to the next level. So 6 tips to improve your listening skills. Well, the first tip is this. The first tip is put distractions aside. I'm sure we've all had the case in a meeting or a dinner, or we're talking to a friend and they're not listening. They're just looking at their phone. We've all had this. So make sure you don't do the same thing. When somebody's talking to you, give them the gift of your attention. It sounds so easy, but nowadays it's really not. Because when we use mobile phones, it's very addictive. The dopamine in our brain makes us want to look at our phone. So tip number 1, put distractions aside. Tip number 2, when you are listening to others, don't interrupt them. Let them finish. I know some people are a little bit more wordy than others. My wife likes to say that about me, and my oldest daughter, she's also quite wordy. But when somebody is talking, try hard not to interrupt them. Now, of course, if you're extremely urgent, you're going to be late, or they've been talking for half an hour, then it's okay. But within reason, try hard not to interrupt others. Too many people interrupt others nowadays, and if you don't interrupt people when they speak to you, it's going to help you stand out, and it's going to show that you respect the other person. So tip number 2, don't interrupt others. Tip number 3 to improve your listening skills is this. Repeat back some of the key words the other person uses. Now, you don't want to repeat all of the key words, but if the other person tells you about their holiday in Spain and they told you about how much fun they had on the beach, you might want to say, oh, great, Spain sounds fantastic. Rather than just staying completely silent, it might seem that you're not interested. If you can just repeat 1 or 2 of the keywords back, it will help you to build rapport with the person speaking. This can also be useful if you're meeting a potential client, because it can show you can repeat back some of the key words in terms of their needs, in terms of their wants and needs. So tip number 3, repeat back some of the key words of the person who's speaking to you. Tip number 4, when you're listening to others, try to understand their feelings and emotions. We've already talked about when we communicate with others, it's really important to understand emotions. If you can not just listen to what people say up here, but what people say down here. What do I mean by that? The words that people use are one thing, but their body language, their tone of voice, the way they look when they speak, these are other aspects. In future videos, we'll go into this even more deeply. But it's really important when listening to others, don't just listen to the words they say, also listen to their feelings and their emotions. So let me give you an example. I asked my mum once, how was the restaurant you went to at the weekend? And she said, it was all right. And just by her tone of voice, I could tell it wasn't brilliant. So next time you're listening to other people, try to listen even more deeply than you do now. So tip number 4, listen to people's feelings and emotions. Tip number 5, to improve your listening skills, do not think what you want to say when the other person is speaking. Now, this is really challenging. When other people are speaking, we often think, oh, what do I want to say? Or I want to say something. We try and rush to say something. We try and rush the person to finish what they're saying. But it's really important to try and move aside, put aside what you want to say and just focus 100% on the other person. Okay? So when you're listening to somebody, try not to think about what you want to say. Just focus on them. So tip number 5, do not think what you want to say when the other person is speaking. Tip number 6 is make sure you give enough eye contact. If you look in the eyes of the other person too much, it might seem a bit weird. But on the other hand, some people who are slightly more introverted or less self-confident or less self-assured, they might not look in people's eyes so much. You know, if I present to you like this Is this very engaging? Are you interested? No, I don't think you are. When you are listening to others, make sure to have good eye contact. Good eye contact shows connection. It shows you're interested, shows you're engaged, shows you're focused, and shows you respect the other person. So tip number 6, be sure to have good eye contact. So to sum up, the 6 tips to improve your listening skills. Number 1, put distractions aside. Number 2, don't interrupt the other person. Number 3, repeat back some of the key words. Number 4, try to understand the emotions and feelings of the other person. Tip number 5, don't think what you want to say when the other person is speaking. And finally, tip number 6, be sure to have good eye contact. So I'd love to know in the comments, out of these 6 tips, which one are you going to try and use more of? This channel is all about action. It's all about taking action. I don't want you to watch these videos and do nothing. I want you to watch these videos and write a note down. So please do that now. Write a note down in your phone. Write a note down on a piece of paper. What's one action, at least one action, one of these 6 tips that you're going to try and do more of? Not next year, not next week, but starting now, as soon as possible. Please let me know in the comments, and also let me know, are there any other listening tips or listening skills that you like to use when listening to other people? Now, if you found this video useful, please give it a like, and please subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and also share this video with friends who might find it useful. So we've got a lot more soft skills, communication skills, and leadership skills videos coming. I do hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.